y'all, so I just finished To Kill a Kingdom, my third book, and it's day 6, so like that's low-key embarrassing, but whatever. To be honest, I did start liking it more after the, that's my dog whining. Come here, Kobe. I read about maybe like on page, can't remember exactly when I started liking it. I think it was around page 150 I started liking it more. I started getting really invested in the story and liking the attention between, I don't even know how to say his name. Is it Elian and Lyra? Elian, maybe? I started liking the tension between Elian and Lyra, and I started liking their relationship and just the dynamic between them, and it started to feel less forced. But also the ending battle, and I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna give it 3.5, and then I really started liking it, and I started liking where it was going, and I started liking the plot, and I thought the writing was getting better. But I got to the end and I read the final battle and everything, and honestly I just see the Sea Queen as such a flat villain. Like every time she was screaming at them like to stop, or like I'm gonna kill you, or whatever as villains do, it just seemed like so cliche and flat. Honestly, it just seemed so flat with her as a villain. Like she just was terrible for no reason. And obviously villains can be terrible for no reason, but it just reminds me of like a bad, like maybe like a bad superhero movie, or like a bad, like it reminds me of kind of like Scooby-Doo. I say this all the time, but you know how Scooby-Doo villains are? It reminds me of that. And like I can't take it seriously when I read that, because I'm just like, I really don't know how to explain it, but I'm just like, what the fuck, honestly. And I think that takes off when I wanted to give it 4. I think I'm just gonna stick to 3.5. It was a good book and I did like the story, but something about the writing threw me off, and as well as the Sea Queen as a villain, it just threw me off, honestly. And some of her descriptions also threw me off to where it just took me out of the story, and it made me want to lower it half a star, or like it made me want to lower it half a star from 4 to 3.5. Like one time she referred to the boat as sprinting. Like I don't, a boat can't sprint, right? Like I'm not crazy. When I think of sprinting, I think of someone running, and like reading that a boat sprinted, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me, honestly. I feel like it could have been described better. So yeah, I don't know, maybe that seems petty, but all of that put together just makes it a 3.5 for me, and it makes sense to me. So yes, I'm done with To Kill a Kingdom. I did like the story. I like the romance a lot. I definitely like the idea of it as a Little Mermaid retelling, even though she's a siren, not a mermaid. I really love Lyra's character development. I thought it was really well done, just watching her develop as a character throughout the book. I think the author did an amazing job at that. I kind of wanted to give it 4 stars just based off of Lyra's character development, but just all of the faults that I had with it made me have to settle for a 3.5. So yes, I did like it, but it wasn't the best thing that I've ever read, but it was good. All right, so now I'm picking up I Was Born for This for my 5-letter word challenge, right? I was born for this. Yeah, 5 letters or more in the title, and I'm gonna go ahead and read that. I still have plenty of time left to read this, the whole day. I still have like, basically, yeah, I basically have the whole day to finish this, so I'm not worried about that. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and read this, and that will complete my 5-letter on the word challenge. And then I'm gonna maybe read something for reading it in the same spot. At the end of the day, if I don't finish 7 books, this can count for 5-letter words and reading it in the same spot, because I'm probably not gonna move from my bed. And To All the Boys I Loved Before could count. I have to look at the other challenges, but I can probably just make it put challenges together to say I completed them all so I can get my badges. But I did want to read the 7 books, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. Like I'm on my 4th book and it's day 6, so we'll see.
You're man on the road, you doing promo. You said keep our business on the low, low. I'm just trying to get you out the friend zone, 'cause you look even better than the photos. I can't find your house and read the info. Driving through the gated residential, found out I was coming, sent your friends home.
All right, y'all, so after that last clip, I actually decided to catch up on a few Reading Rush vlogs because I want to support people and not be too late commenting. So I'm gonna go ahead and, so I was doing that, but now I was watching Along the Pages Amani. I mentioned her in my last vlog. I really do love her vlogs, and she had a Starbucks drink, and I live in the middle of the fucking country, so the only Starbucks I have is near my work, which is like 35-40 minutes away. So I'm gonna have to make do and go to, I think I want to go to McDonald's and just get a mango pineapple smoothie, because I really do like those from McDonald's. But my parents just left, and I hope they didn't take the car that I drive, because then I'll just have to, I mean, I'll just drive one of the other cars. But yeah, I really just like sticking to driving one car because driving anxiety. So yeah. Hey y'all, I secured the bag. I went and got my smoothie. I hate that when they don't fill it up to the top. Like, give me my money's worth. But anyway, yeah, I got my smoothie. And I'm gonna finish watching Amani's vlog, because I paused it to go get this because I wanted it so bad.
I only call you when it's by the only time that I'll be by your side. I only love you when you touch me, when I feel me, when I'm fucked up. It's the real me when I'm fucked up. It's the real me, babe. I only call you when it's past. By the only time that I'll be by your side. I only love you when you touch me, when I feel me, when I'm fucked up. It's the real me when I'm fucked up. It's the real me, babe.
Alright, so as y'all know, I'm reading I Was Born for This, and I just have to complain about, no, not about the writing or anything in this, but something a character did. So basically, the book starts off with this girl going to meet her online friend, and she's under the presumption that her and her online friend are the only two meeting, and they're gonna hang out and go to this concert because they met online bonding over this band that they both like. It's called The Ark. So she gets there, and then like within 5 minutes of her being there, her friend was like, okay, we gotta go pick up this other person. And it turns out that this person is a boy that her friend has been talking to online, and she's known him for a few months, whereas she's known the girl, her best friend that she has online, for like 2 years. So like, if that was me, I would be pissed. And I mean, the girl is pissed, not necessarily pissed, but she feels uncomfortable, which I would feel uncomfortable too. Like, what? And her friend was like, oh, I didn't tell you. I'm like, now, that's something really important, and you would remember if you told somebody. That's not something you can just be like, oh, I forgot to tell you. So that is shady, and I'm already not liking her best friend because that's shady. And now the boy is there and with them. And first off, he could have been a catfish, and he could have killed them. And she even made that joke, like, okay, at least let's hope he's not like a 40-year-old man or something like that. And I'm like, that's not a joke, because I mean, maybe I watch a lot of SVU and Criminal Minds, but like, that shit happens, and like, you really brought somebody else into it, and you could have really gotten her hurt. Like, okay, I'm mad. And then he gets there, and she just literally stops acting the way she usually does with her friend. Like, she's not laughing at her jokes, and she's basically just talking to the boy that she likes. And I'm just, she's already on my bad side, and she really does have to do a lot to make this up, because this is just a bad friend all around for me, and I'm just not here for it. Like, honestly, what's her name? Angel. Angel is the girl who went to visit her friend and got blindsided. Angel deserves better, and Juliet, do better, sis, honestly. So yeah, that's how far I am right now. I'm 50 pages in, and I'm gonna go ahead and keep reading, but I had to talk to somebody about that, because like, that was really just unacceptable, period. Okay, so my parents just bought me Bojangles. If you don't have Bojangles where you live, I'm sorry for you, I guess, but this is one of my favorite fast food places. So I'm here, and I'm back with another update. My hair's like this because I'm deep conditioning it, and yeah, so if you see like you think my hair looks like it has a lot of product in it, it's just conditioner, because my hair needs a good deep conditioning, so that's what it's getting. So yeah, I want to talk to you guys about this book. Like, honestly, recently I've been having trouble with contemporaries because they just have not been hitting like they used to. And I love contemporary, but recently YA contemporary. I love YA contemporary, but recently the ones I've been reading have not been hitting like they used to. And I've started to find all the characters really immature, and I don't like them like I used to. And maybe that's because I'm in college now and I'm older than them, and it's just not for me anymore. But it makes me sad because I really like contemporary, which now I lean more towards new adult contemporary. But this contemporary is really hitting. Like, this is so good, and I haven't felt this way about a contemporary in a really long time. Like, I'm loving it. Like, when I put this book down, I think about it, and I think about when I can read it again. Which, I'm saying this, I just picked it up today, but when I was doing my hair and deep conditioning, I was thinking about picking it up again and going ahead and finishing it. And I have only felt that way about fantasy books recently, not about YA contemporary. I have felt that way about new adult, but not YA contemporary. All of the ones I've read recently are like 3 stars, and I'm not into them. But I am into this, so I'm really liking this. If you've read this before, please let me know so we can talk about it, because this is it, honestly. Okay, y'all, so I just finished I Was Born for This. So this is my second book that I finished today, and oh my gosh, I loved this so much. This was literally everything. I'm kind of tired, and I'm gonna start another book, so I don't want to talk too much about this right now because I want to do it justice. So I think I'm gonna talk about it more in tomorrow, which I think I'm gonna add on to the end of this vlog because I haven't even started editing this yet. So yeah, this was everything. This made me think so much about what famous people go through. I'm not really like I say I stan a lot, but I honestly don't fangirl about any famous people, so I can't exactly relate to one of the main characters in this, or either of them. I'm not famous. I can't relate to both of them, but the situation is so interesting, and this is the first book I've read about like famous people, especially in a band, that talks about serious, deeper topics like what it means to be famous and how that affects one's mental health, as well as like the way media and like fangirls and things like that can affect one's mental health, as well as like what it means to be a fangirl and mental health surrounding that. And it's just done amazing. It was 390, let's see, it was 393 pages, and I think I read like maybe 150 pages of The Color Kingdom, so I'm around maybe like 600 something pages for today. And now I'm going to read The Foxhole Court. I'm changing my TBR so that The Foxhole Court takes over Nevernight takes over Nevernight for a book that I meant to read last year. And if I finish The Foxhole Court tonight, which I'll probably get a decent amount of the way through because it's not that long, then I will have my 5th book done for the readathon, and then I only have to read 2 books tomorrow. Okay, y'all, I look like a black Pippi Longstocking. Did I say that yesterday? I can't remember. But I also kind of look bald, but I'm tired of doing my hair, so I put it in these braids. And I'm just going to leave it in there for a while because I'm just sick of my hair, honestly. And if you're a natural girl, then you know that natural hair can get really annoying. So yeah, I'm kind of tired of my hair. It's getting really annoying. So I just put it in these braids, and I'm going to do what I do. So yeah, anyway, I want to update you guys on my book. I finished it. I want to talk more about it later because I'm trying to grind. Oh, I'm looking for it, but I put it back on my book cart. But anyway, it was The Foxhole Court. I finished The Foxhole Court. It is now, I think, 4:30, and I need to grind and start my next book. So sorry there hasn't been that many clips today. I think this is the first one. But I've just been reading, and I had to take a break to go pick up my brother. So yeah, I did have a bit of issues with The Foxhole Court, but I'm going to talk about it when I finish my next book, because The Foxhole Court was my 5th book, and now I need to do my 6th book, and hopefully my 7th. And my 7th will probably be, if I can't finish another book, I'll probably like a small graphic novel. But I did give The Foxhole Court 4 out of 5 stars. So now I'm picking up this. Do not be fooled. This is a bind up, and the first book is only 260 pages, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and read the first book, Tithe, and that will be the challenge, read in the same spot, because The Foxhole Court filled the challenge of read something you meant to read last year, and I've been meaning to read The Foxhole Court forever. So yes.
You met on the road, you doing promo. Used to keep our business on the low, low. I'm just trying to get you out the friend zone.
Okay, so it's now 10 o'clock and I finished my 6th and what I'm gonna call my final read for the reading rush. I could honestly find a graphic novel online right now and read it and call that my 7th book, but I am tired. The reading rush has exhausted me and I'm gonna call it a weekend, a thing. It's done. I'm done with the reading rush. I finished 6 books, 4 of which I finished this weekend. So like I really did grind to finally be successful this weekend. I could probably say I finished all the challenges if I researched my books and figured out if one of them was the first book Arthur has written. I think The Foxhole Court was the first book that author has written. So if I research that and find out that that was the first book, I'll count that as a challenge, and then I can consider all of my challenges completed with 6 books. I just did not read a 7th book, but I actually am pretty happy with my reading rush progress because I was scared I was gonna fail on like day 3 when I had, was it day 3? No, it was like day 3, 4, 5 when I still hadn't been on the same book, To Kill a Kingdom. But I am officially done. I'm not gonna upload this just yet because I want to do a wrap up tomorrow morning of everything that I've read, or just show you all the books I read and then talk about them more in depth in my wrap up. But I am gonna end up giving Tithe, which I just finished, 4 out of 5 stars. I just really love Holly Black's writing, and mostly I just love the world that this is set in, the fairy, the folk of air world, fairy, Seelie and Unseelie court. I just love it all. I always find it really interesting, and this book really did remind me of The Darkest Part of the Forest. Is very similar to The Darkest Part of the Forest in a way that I can't explain, but they're both really different than The Cruel Prince. Like I feel like The Darkest Part of the Forest and these three books are in their own league, and then there's The Cruel Prince, which is just a little bit ahead of them with that 5 stars, but I still think this league that The Darkest Part of the Forest and Tithe and all these modern day fairy tales are in, it's still really good, and I really enjoy these books. So yeah, I'm going to talk about this book more, as well as The Foxhole Court. I really want to talk about that more tomorrow morning. And then what else did I read? I don't remember what else I read, but I'm going to talk more about it tomorrow morning because I'm tired now. So yes, the next clip should be a little bit of a wrap up, and then it should get uploaded. So yeah.
Friends, oh, 'cause you look even better than the photos. I can't find your house and read the info. Driving through the gated residential. Found out I was.
Okay, I lied last night. I'm too tired to do any type of wrap up, so I might just do a whole video talking about my reading rush wrap up, or just include it in my wrap up for July, because July is almost over and my wrap up's coming up at the end of this week. And bitch, the reading rush wore me out, so peace. Y'all watch my vlogs, y'all know what I read, and I'll talk about them more in depth in my either reading rush wrap up separate video or just my July wrap up. So bye.